Hello guys, welcome back to another episode. Now this is match day 2, another tricky game for us against Spurs. The fixtures so far haven't been kind to us. I just want to say before I get the episode underway, a massive thank you for the feedback last time round. It was amazing to see how much you guys enjoyed the episode, so don't you worry, more of these will be coming your way very soon. Now we'll get the game underway, kick-off. I'm quite ambitious for this one. Like I mentioned before, if we get an easy win here, then I probably will move up to Legendary because we want it to be a hard-fighting season. We want it to be realistic. So if I'm getting easy wins early on, especially against big teams, it shows that it's probably going to be too easy. So it'll be time to move up a bit higher. So we'll find out by the end of the episode if that's the case or not. But so far, we're starting the game the better team. We're on the ball. The midfield's getting nice passes away. Nice ball by Tamzebe there. Now Flex on the ball. Can he get anything away? No, he can't. Kimpembe intercepts. We have to say in this episode was a very good player for Spurs. Very solid. And proves maybe why it was the right reason for them to sell Alderweireld to Barcelona for 60 million. Don't think that would happen in real life. He's probably a bit too old to be sold for that much. But nonetheless, shows it's FIFA, not real life. Brown almost gets a nice shot away. Played amazing against Liverpool and so far is making a good start to the season as well here. Now Bogle on the ball, can he get? Yes he can, he can find Brewster. Now what can Brewster do with the ball? Finds Norwood and Fleck, gets shot away but no power in it. If he'd got some more power in it, I think it could have been a goal. Now Aurier on the ball. It was a constant threat from Spurs. They just always wanted to go down the wing, but because they kept going back and forth on the ball, they didn't really put anything in the middle, so it was just constantly them going back and forth like this, and then they moved towards the middle but didn't get a shot away, constantly trying to break me down and do a through ball into the box. They didn't really fancy shooting from outside the box. Don't know why, but maybe it was another early sign of moving up a level because it was quite predictable in their play, and in that sense it was slightly easy to defend against. Anyway, Ramsdale, the nice interception there. Now, I know this was a thing last year, but I don't know if they tried to deal with it because it was quite annoying in career mode. It stopped me actually playing in recent years against teams which aren't in the top 6, which is when you played against a team which were in the top 6, they'd always play their weaker teams. Now, I don't know if this is still the case because when you look at Tottenham's team, they're not playing Bale, they're not playing Son, they're not playing Lucas Moura. And there are some of their first team players, but not everyone really is, especially when you look at them playing at the moment. So it's a bit strange, to be honest, that that's the case. I don't really know if it's me just being fussy and it's actually in this career mode for some reason how they want to play, but it doesn't really add up to me why they're not going to play Son, who's an 87 rated player, and I think Moore is an 83 or an 82 rated player this season. So it was a bit weird that that was the case, but at the end of the day, if it's going to get me more points playing against weaker teams, especially at the moment, then I can't complain too much. Anyway, Mousse with a shot. Good save by Lloris, though. And our third shot on target, should I say, so far, which is not a bad start. Now, Brewster, can he get the header? Yeah, he can, but no, goes nowhere. I feel like Mousse and Brewster don't work the best as a combination, and like I said, there's not really many highlights in this game. A lot of it's trying to break me down and me trying to break them down as well, in fairness. So that's the first half done already. Quite a quick first half and not much to talk about. Now moving on to the second half, Fleck with a nice interception there, driving down the wing. Good play from him so far. What can he make with it though? Can he find a pass? Looks like he's been fouled there, but he carries on. And Brewster scores anyway. Again. And what a season he's having. What great play by Fleck there to find him. Absolutely amazing start from us. I think we might have not deserved that goal, but we'll take it anyway, of course. And great play from the lads. Oh, look at that crowd. They're absolutely ecstatic. And can you blame them? 4 points on board as it stands. Not a bad start, I have to say, especially considering the teams we've been playing. Yes, look at that passion from Brewster. Absolutely incredible. 3 goals in 2 games. That is what we love to see. What we'd love to have right now as well. So hopefully he can bag some against City. Would not complain about that one bit. Now they get the game underway. And Bergwijn, can he find a pass or can he have a shot? He does neither. Now he crosses it in. Kane. But I think Egan was there to head it away. Now Reguilon on the ball, turns through 2 players. Now Egan, can he intercept? Oh, nice block. Ali had with a nice technique there. It reminds a little bit of that goal he scored against Palace all those years ago. Now Son's finally coming on. Maybe they're panicking. Now they are playing their stronger team. Just shows you start with your best team, especially in these sort of games. Nice head away from Norwood there. Then I decided, I thought maybe we could give a debut to one of the younger lads, so I thought we'd bring the other young lad we brought in. The only problem is he's not a centre mid, so in game it takes -4 off him, which is a bit frustrating, especially when he's 68 as it stands already. So hopefully in the future he can improve. Like I mentioned in the previous episode, there's development now, so that could be something I could look at, try and move him to a centre mid, and if he gets some better defending stats, then I'm sure he can play there. I don't know if I can move to maybe a 5-2-1-2 and then I'll have a Cam, but then obviously it means a more exposed midfield. Unless he tracks back, it's not really ideal. Anyway, Kane here. Good save by Ramsdale, but there wasn't much power in it. He probably should have got two hands to save it and catch it instead, but nonetheless we get away there, and a pretty sloppy mistake from Spurs as well to lose the ball. Now Bruce to run down the wing. What can he do with this? Can he cut inside? Can he get a pass away? No, he can't. The centre-backs for Spurs were very solid, very strong as well. Didn't give much away for me, which meant running down the wing or running down the middle, they outstrengthened me basically every time. And I forgot, this is already the last minute of the game. And can Moura score? Yes, he can. The last minute of the game. Above added time as well. It was such a hard one to take, especially considering, like I said, it was the 93rd minute. It was only 2 minutes of added time. But it was poor from me. I shouldn't have lost the ball with Brewster there, and we were punished for it. And that was the last kick of the game. And it's disappointing that we got 2 points out of the 2 games rather than 4. I really think it was in our grasp there. But even though we got a draw, and I said if we got a win, maybe it was ideal to move up a level, I still decided it was the right call, because once again, it was my concentration just getting too relaxed, which meant I drew the game. So I thought it was time to move up a level. So against Crystal Palace, we moved into the game with legendary rather than world class. As you can see, Brewster, the man in form there, 3 goals in the last 3 games, which is including the Palace for some reason, so it's actually 2. But anyway, we move into the game, and how can we do today? I'm quite excited for this one. It'll be interesting to see how we do on legendary for our first game. I think this will be a good test, since Crystal Palace typically are a mid-table team, so if we can do well against them, then it seems like it's likely to be a good level for us rather than playing in world class instead. So let's see how we get underway. Norwood, the captain for today. I think he has been for the last 2 games as well. And I have to say, he's been a player which really impressed me so far, because you look at, like I mentioned, pace, and he's got very little of it. He's got it in the 50s, but he's got a very nice card about him. The fact that he's got nice defending stats, decent physical stats, and good passing stats. He really makes the most of all his attributes. And almost a goal there straight away from Palace, but we get away with it. We were lucky there. I had a very poor start to this game. Maybe the legendary is too much. We'll soon find out. But can we intercept this pass? No, we can't. And are they going to capitalise? Yes, they are. And we go behind. We're lucky too, actually, because I think if we were to concede a foul there, I don't know if there's a double penalty thing where you get the red card and the penalty now. But if we did, that would have been a very poor start, because we'd have got a red card with it as well. But anyway, we move on into the game. And what can we make with it? Now Mousse on the ball. Can he find the pass? He can. He finds Fleck again. Low on down the wing. Now Lowe's a player I thought, it's a bit disappointing because I just haven't managed to get him to the games recently, and it's a poor cross from him there as well actually, but it seems to be more down the right side that I've managed to get my breakaways. I don't know if that's because he's got less pace, but when you look at it, he's only got about 2 less pace he does than Bogle, so it shouldn't make much of a difference, but maybe it does and I just don't realise. But anyway, it's been disappointing because, like I mentioned, I feel he could be more of an outlet, but he just hasn't been so far, so it's been a bit frustrating. Anyway, Fleck tries to get a shot away and he can't, and now Palace are down the other end. What can they do with the ball? And they get the shot away. Good save by Ramsdale, and then it gets the side netting. Got away with one there once again. Now going down the other end. A nice little 1-2 between Mousse and Brewster. Brewster's on the ball here. What can he do with it? He's still got the ball. Nice touch. He's through a goal. And he scores! The man is playing absolutely insane at the moment. That's now 4 goals in 3 games. What a season he's having so far. Shows that Legendary is not phasing his play one bit whatsoever. He scores in world class, scores in Legendary. The guy does what he wants. Let's hope he can score like this on Saturday against City as well. And can't complain one bit whatsoever. Playing absolutely perfect. A goal that looked unstoppable. Thought went in the top corner or side of the goal, but sort of went between the middle and the end of the goal. Not too bad though. Carrying the ball, he wants to win. He doesn't care about a draw. He wants all 3 points today. Absolutely perfect. Fair play. Well played. 1-1. Now we're going to embarrass ourselves after just scoring a goal and concede. Doesn't look that way. Well intercepted by Fleck. Now Bruce is away again. Can he get away from his man? Can he do anything with the ball? And Mousse has a shot, but it's just over. I think I made the very poor decision there. I really should have just blasted it in, but I went for the chip. And sadly, it was too low and it didn't go over the keeper. I think it was worth a try. It was a decent save in fairness, but it should have been slightly higher, and then maybe we've got to go a better result. Now, Brown can't get his head to it. Shame, but we move on, and we get the ball again. Stevens filling in very nicely as the left centre-back, I have to say, so far. He's got enough strength, he's got enough pace, so he's got all-rounded. And what a pass by Nord. I was saying earlier on what a decent player he's turning out to be, and he proved it there once again. Nice run by Bogle, but gets intercepted, so shame nothing came from it. Now Brewster finds the pass, great pass to Bogle, being one of our best players so far, Bogle. There's been a lot of outstanding players, but he's been one of them that's right up there as well. Now tracking back as well, getting absolutely knackered. When I saw the stamina there, I thought he's really not going to last the whole match, so Baldock did have to come in the second half, but for what he played very well. Now Brown covering for Bogle there, doing very well, really putting a shift in. Fair play to the lad, and that's half time, and we see the game out so far for 1-1. Now, what can Palace do in the second half? They've got the ball here, can't get it off them, they keep turning one way or another. Really should have been intercepted there by Stevens, and then Egan gets turned one way or another, and they score. Very sloppy, very slow paced shot, so it's disappointing to concede that, both from me and from Ramsdale. And once again we see ourselves go behind, which is frustrating. I think we played well, but we do deserve to lose, and I think we have taken our chances, so in a way we have actually been kind of lucky that we've been in the game. But I think maybe it's a sign of changing formation. Maybe I need more creativity, or maybe that'll leave me more exposed. I'll have to see in the next few episodes what I go with. But can we concede again? Luckily we get a block away and they make nothing the second shot, so we get away with one there. But it goes for behind for a corner. Now that's, like I said in the first half, we needed to bring Baldock on. I thought Bogle was knackered towards the start of the first half, so we needed a bit of fresh legs. And Baldock's not really got great pace for a wing back. You know, he's only got 78, so it's not really what you want, especially when you're counter-attacking down your wing. You want at least maybe 87 at least to help break away from the counter. But anyway, Bruce is in again. Can he score again? And he can score again. The other side of the goal, but the same outcome. Absolutely clinical, hits that corner flag, and that's 5 goals in 4 games. The guy is absolutely incredible. No, 3 games actually, and the guy is absolutely incredible. Which, to be honest, is actually quite nice to see actually, because he hasn't even got those crazy stats. You know, he's only got 79 pace. I think he's got some ridiculously low, like 70 shooting, but he's still managed to make the most of his stats, so fair play to him. Now, can we finally stop conceding and get either a point or maybe 3 out of this game? Let's find out. Now, do we need a sub? I reckon maybe we do. We need some fresh legs. I feel there's a bit of lack of energy. Anyway, Tanzebe running through here. Can he go all the way? No, he can't, but he manages to find the pass through to Brewster. Can Brewster go for the hat trick? It's a bit of a heavy touch, and it turns him away, and he gets absolutely bodied there by the centre-back. And we can't get the ball back once again. A nice long ball, just about onside. Zaha, is he in here? Egan's trying to get back, but he can't make it in time. And Zaha, thank God he crosses. I felt if he had a shot, he really could have got something out of that there. And Vojic almost scores an absolute screamer, but you get away with it once again. Tanzebe, can he cover? Can someone close down Zaha? No, they can't. Easy, just be introduced to the game, making something of it. Can he? Yes, he gets past Tanzebe way too easy there. Luckily, Egan blocks, and luckily it rebounds off easy and goes for a goal kick. Hodgson's absolutely fuming. I don't blame him. They've missed a lot of chances in this game. They really should be ahead. I've had an absolute shocker of a start on Legendary, but I feel it's good enough to continue. I've got a last corner of the game. Can I make anything of it? Now we just have to hold on, try and get our 3rd point in the season. Not a bad return, in all honesty. Obviously, it's a lot more points than we've got so far this season, and we managed to get it. For some reason, the gameplay messed up and it skipped the actual corner, so you just sort of start on the end of it, but we managed to get away anyway. I don't actually remember what happened. I think we just cleared the header away, and I think it was a hard fought point. I think we deserved it. Possibly, definitely deserve 3 points, but we got away with one there, to be honest, because I had a pretty poor game. And Brewster, 2 shots, 2 goals, kind of sums it up for me. I think I did have many shots in the game, but I was pretty clinical, and so was Brewster on the counter attack. Now, instead of 1 game like last episode, we're actually going to have 3 in this match. I'm spoiling you, but it's against Stoke, and because it's in the cup, not really as exciting for the cup game, so I thought I'd make the highlights a bit shorter, also make the episode not as long. So I was actually originally going to sim the whole match. I'd do like a sort of Football Manager overview, but then I thought, you know what, because the selection's quite poor, I'll just play it anyway and hope I get the win, because it'd be kind of annoying to lose the first cup game of the season. Maybe potentially seeing our season goes out. We're not going to win the league in our first season, so maybe go on a cup run instead. There's also a chance to see how some of the youngsters play. I wanted to give them a chance. So Kana, who's actually a CDM in the game, but is actually more like a centre-back in terms of his stats and how I actually want to play him. Ideally, if he gets better, because Tanzebe is on loan, I'd like to see him replace Tanzebe next season if he gets high enough rated, and I think he's got potential to be around at least 85, which is definitely what we'd love to see in this career mode. I also moved Berg into the team because he hasn't played, and Cherky with the goal. Very happy for the lad, only 16 or 17 years old, and gets his first goal for us. So far though, this was when I played my different formation. I went to a 5-2-1-2, so Cherky went into Cam, and as you can see, it works out well for him, but we'll find out if it leaves me exposed at the same time or not. But Bogle was the only player I think off the top of my head who played in this match who was playing in the Premier League as well. That was down to the fact, which I forgot to mention, which was I've actually sold Baldock as well, because I thought, like I mentioned in previous episodes, since he didn't have much pace for a fullback, it wasn't really ideal to hold on to him. When you get offers from 15 million, I thought it's not worth turning down. And as you can see, I was considering simming the match because I was getting quite bored, and also, in all honesty, I thought I'm going to end up conceding here because I could just tell I was up against it with this team, and we go in at 1-0, so it was not the case so far. And as you can see, there's a lot of other games going on as well at the moment. Now, it was a game which really wanted to be over and done with because it was quite boring, I have to say. But I did know there was a goal that was coming, and there you go, it was. It was very deserved by Stoke. They didn't have many chances, but they were on the ball the whole time, and they made me pay for being poor on the ball. And there we go once again, and another chance. A decent save there by the sub-keeper. And Berg going in defence. He didn't do well there, he didn't intercept, and they score once again, so it's not looking great. But I have to say, Berg in this match for me played very well, and this is why going forward I decided I'd start playing him in the Premier League as well as centre-back, because he made a lot of good tackles, and considering how strong he is, he made a lot of good tackles against strong players as well. And Burke's in here and scores, a player which I haven't really thought about using yet, but since I needed to rest my strikers, I played. And he has actually got 88 pace in this game, so a decent stat, and our fastest striker at the moment we have. But considering his poor shooting, I haven't really considered playing him in the league. So he's holding up here once again, holding up the ball. Can he do anything with it? He does. He gets it to McBurney, and McBurney scores in the last minute. We get a winner. Oh, it was so undeserved, but those are the games you cherish the most. And it was a very poor shot from McBurney too. Not much power in it, but still enough to beat the keeper, luckily. And it moves us on to the next round of the Cup, last minute of the game. And I don't know if I'm happy with this or not. It's always good to win, but I don't know if I want a Cup run yet or not. I think considering how in the league I seem to be in quite a safe position, about mid-table, I think. Oh, look at him. He's absolutely ecstatic. Fair play to the lad. I think it was probably a good idea to try and go for the Cup. So I'm glad we managed to get the win, because it really didn't like we were going to get it for most of the game, especially when we were behind. But yeah, very nice to get the winner. And they're still not blowing the whistle. There we go, get the win finally, and that moves us on to the next game against Fulham, which you'll see in the next episode. There's also a lot of new transfers that I want to show you as well. I thought after playing that Crystal Palace game that I needed a lot more pace on my wing-back positions. I want to keep the formation, but I need a lot more pace going down the wing, so you'll see some new signings on the full-back positions, especially since we need someone to replace Bullock as well. So I hope you guys are interested in who that's going to be. And until next time, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this episode as well. Take it easy.